Hi, I'm Tim,
I'm Lizzie.
and we are To Play,
Or not.
a show about board games for two players.
Whose tastes might differ.
Hi.
Hello. Today, I thought we'd do something a bit different.
She did.
Something a bit different.
And I agree.
I picked two games that are completely different.
Mm.
They're both two players, or they can be two players, and they are very quick games, but very different. I thought we'd do a little comparison.
Yeah, rather than do sort of two short videos,
Yeah,
we thought we'd
they're
kind of
quite short.
do two videos in one, if you like, and compare
Yeah.
them and see what we think. And
To see which ones I prefer or you prefer,
yeah,
and do a little comparison.
just like a mini top 10.
But top two.
Top two, but they're not necessarily the top two games we're in. But anyway, so let's get
They
to it
couldn't be
then.
any more different, really, could
No,
they?
not really. So what have we got? We've got Codenames Duet,
Codenames Duet.
which is kind of like a party game, really-ish.
Yeah,
It's not really like
yeah.
a party game, but it's a kind of
Yeah.
it's that kind of level. But you can play as a two-player. Obviously, Duet is a two-player, but you can also play it as
Two teams.
two teams. Yeah. The main Codenames game is played as teams. And so this
Yeah,
is
I think it'd be good.
this is
It'd be good. It's a good great as a two-player, but it'd be good as a say four players.
Yeah.
Two teams of two. Yeah.
Yeah, and this one is like a little deck building game, like sort of hand management sort of thing. It's very similar to Dominion, if you like, if you played that, or if you
But
watched
a very
our review.
short version.
So much
Dominion's
shorter,
quite long.
yeah, much shorter, much smaller, much more compact game. Just one pack of cards that you shuffle up and play with, basically. So let's do a quick explanation of how they work.
So Codenames Duo, you are agents, aren't you?
You are
Or spies,
secret agents, spies, whatever.
and
Yeah.
you have to find the friendly agents, don't you, rather
Yeah.
than the assassins.
Yeah.
And it's just
We have to point them out to your. Yeah, you have to try and kind of
yeah,
highlight.
secretly tell your other agent.
It's very pasted on this theme, to be honest.
It's just
The point is
cards,
because it's
isn't it,
code.
as
It's
well?
because it's code names. Basically, you're
Yeah.
trying to give code names, right?
It's a set of cards. Is it 4 rows or 5 rows of 6 cards?
Five,
And
isn't
they've
it?
all
Yeah,
got-
25 cards out there.
All got
Five.
random words on it.
Snow,
Snow, for example.
card,
Well, I'll read them out.
boat.
Comb, saddle, volcano, tutu, dentist, earthquake.
Tutu, did you say?
Tutu,
Tutu.
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 So you've got a bunch of words between you,
Yeah.
between the two teams or the two agents.
Yeah.
And you have to tell, and you get a little card each that tells you which of those words.
You get the same card, but it's got two sides,
Oh,
isn't
yeah,
it?
two
You don't,
sides.
yeah, you stand it up
And
and look at it.
some of those words, 9 of those words are your ones you've got to find.
Yep.
Or
Or
you've got to
highlight.
tell the other person to find.
Yeah, without
and
telling
vice
them.
versa.
Without telling them.
Without telling them with secret codes.
Yeah.
So, for example, if Snow was one of my friendly agents, I would say to spread white.
And I would say, oh, Snow. Very good. Snow White. Very good. So I would.
I was thinking of white. Snow is white.
I think I'm thinking Snow White. But exactly. So
But-
if basically.
Where the game gets tricky is there could be something else that you might think is white, like I don't know, teeth or whatever.
Yeah. Like
then
Tipex or something there, and you're sort of,
Yeah.
oh, Tipex.
Like, ooh, I can't say white
That
because that might.
that might be the assassin, for instance. You don't want to find the
So
assassin.
it's trying to find words that link agents, as many agents as possible, because you can make you guess 3 or 4.
Yeah. Well, so that is the trick. So, for instance, you could look at it and say, oh, if I say white, he will get snow, and he will also get polar bear, or there's only single words, so polar, say,
Yeah.
or teeth, as you say. So that I could say white, and he would get 3 of them, and 3 of them on my agents. So you say white 3. So you're indicating there are 3 possible answers. And then I would
But
go.
also, there's an assassin that could be. You could think the word for your assassin is also kind of white. You don't want to.
You don't want to give
You
that
think
clue,
of another word that relates to snow,
which doesn't relate to their
polar,
word. Or whatever,
doesn't
yeah.
relate to the assassin. So it is.
Well,
quite
yeah. For instance,
tricky.
if the assassin was teeth,
Yeah.
yeah, you say
You
so.
don't want to say white.
No, because I might guess teeth. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So you say cold, maybe, because cold would relate to snow and polar.
True. Very good. And this, to be fair,
This
you're
is why I
very good.
usually win.
You're very good at this game, yeah, and I'm a bit vague. But anyway, so
Well, no, I usually get the words better, and you normally get all your agents.
yeah,
Like, help you more.
that's right, yeah.
Yeah, so
And also, but you can stop anytime you like when you're playing, can you? So,
that's
for
true,
instance,
you've got to guess 3.
you don't have to guess the 3. You could sort of say, well, I've got one is obviously snow, but I'm a bit wary on the
Yeah,
others.
so
And
I'll
I don't
stop.
want to. I don't want to pick the assassin. I'll stop there, and then you kind of just take a little chit that kind of is like a time marker, if you like. It tells you how many goes you've had, and you have to do it in a certain go. And
That's the one thing I'm not a big fan of, because you only get a certain, like, 9 or 11
very,
or whatever
very
it is.
short,
and
isn't it?
you
Yeah,
don't-
11. Yeah,
You don't normally win because it's like...
it's too tough.
And
It's
you don't
really
get many
tough.
tokens, you can't have many rounds.
No, that's right. Yeah, so but it is. I mean, it's tough.
It's
It's fun.
15-minute games. It's a very quick game.
Yeah.
But I do like it. Do you like it?
I like it. Yeah, it's
I like it.
It's,
I don't love it.
to be fair, I always think that I'm quite good at wordy games, so like Scrabble and things like that. You know, because I think I've got quite a big.
Oh yeah, you are good.
I think I've got quite a big sort of a grandiose
very
lexicon
big
of vocabulary. No. But you know what I mean. I think that I know
Yeah.
stuff, so I'm going to be good at this.
This isn't vocabulary.
No, well, it is, but it's like synonyms, isn't it? You know, but I
Yeah.
can't. I seem to be
It's not
rubbish
the
at this
best.
game. I'm not. I don't know why. I just can't get it in my. I don't know. Perhaps I overthink it. But anyway,
Maybe
so
you do.
I like it, but I'm not very good at it. So it doesn't sort of. Oh, I love this game. You know, it's kind of a bit.
It's more my game than yours, because I know you like your tile laying and your deep strategy.
Yeah, this
and
is kind of just
your
lay stuff
Euro
out there. and
games.
like,
This is probably more up my strata.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Let's move on to Fantasy Realms.
okay then. So Fantasy Realms. This is
Put it in the front, maybe, shall we?
Okay. Well, I brought this to the table.
You
It's
did.
Too nice. Lie us down. I brought this to the table because it seemed to see, it seemed to be quite a good little game. Basically, it's a deck of cards, and on the deck of cards, you've got a suit. So it says what sort of card it is. So like an army or a leader or a wizard, and a colour that goes with that. So coloured suits, it has a score value. So in the top left hand corner it says this card is worth 10 points, let's say. And then it's got a bonus that says if this card is used in conjunction with another card, it will score you another 10 points. If it's used with another card of the same colour, so like another leader, if it's a leader, you'll score another 3 points. But it also kills, it calls it blanks. It takes all the numbers basically and all the text off of a card. It blanks all weather cards, let's say. So if you've got any weather cards and you're collecting these cards that say it blanks all weather cards, you think, well, I don't want a weather card because it's going to score me no points because it blanks
This is where it gets confusing.
So you kind of discard that. And the way that the game works, you get 7 cards each. So this is a 2-player game. The 2-player game, the variant, it says that you just take 2 cards off the deck at a time until you've got 7 cards. But the main game, 3 or 6 players that it plays up to, you start with 7 cards in your hand and then you take one off the deck and discard one. So a bit like Rummy or something like that. We've played it like that, to be fair. It's much better like that. There's no difference. You don't have to do it in this kind of weird number 2 variant. So you start with 7 cards, you take one off the deck, decide which one you don't want and put it down face up in a discard pile that you and you basically lay them out until you've got 12 face up cards, and as soon as there are 12 face up cards, the game is over. So you choose what you want, throw away what you don't, and then the next person plays. They can either take one of the discard cards and throw one away into the discard, or they can take one from the deck, and that's it. So you keep going, shifting your 7 cards around.
What you actually have to do.
Yeah, but it's very complicated
things
trying to
on the
figure
cards that
things.
give me a headache.
Yeah, things kind of contradict themselves a lot, don't they? So, for instance, you're collecting floods, and then another card that you really want says this blanks all floods. You're like, what? So, hang on, so I'm going to throw that away, but I really need that card because it scores really well with the other card, which just says if you collect.
You're constantly spinning plates and thinking, and switching your allegiance to like,
of course.
I'm going to have to chuck floods away now. And
I mean, there's one card, for instance, it's called the candle. It says if you have the candle in conjunction with the Book of Spells and something else, the Tower of something, if you've got those 3 cards, you get 100 points bonus. Like, wow, that's a massive bonus. Yeah, that's like the biggest score in the game, probably. So you might be collecting that, but of course, that one card that you need to make that 100 point might be right at the bottom of the deck. You're never going to get to it in your 12 rounds or whatever rounds it is you get to. So you're starting to collect that, and you're not going to get it. So you think, well, I'll throw them away, and they're down in the discard pile. And then you pick up that card, and oh no! Yeah. So then you're going to start trying to get those back. So you can
get rid of cards by accident.
Yeah.
And think,
So it is really tricksy trying to kind of keep a track of it. And in fact, it's so tricksy, and this is a genuine statement about this game. It is so tricksy that scoring it at the end.
I wouldn't know how to.
Yeah, it's really, really tough.
There's an app.
Luckily, there's an app. Yeah,
there's an app for that.
WizKids have got a really good app that will score it for you. Basically, on the app, you select what colour suits you've got. So if you've got a couple of pink ones, you select the pink suits, and it shows you what cards there are. And you say, "Oh, I've got that one and that one," and you drag them down, and it scores them for you. And then by the end of you adding all the cards that you've got in your hand at the end of the 12 rounds or whatever. It says those cards in your hand are worth.
I don't think you could add it up.
No, I mean basically what you do, you lay them down and you action. You score basically the top left-hand number. That's a score. So if it's 10, you get 10, and then you do the bonus. So if the bonus is, if you've got any other of the same suit, you get another 10 points, and you kind of look and add those next and say, well, I've got another 10 points there.
But then you come across another one that said blank.
I know.
Blank that one. So I'm like,
you almost got to kind of try and figure out what order you have to play them, so you don't blank the wrong ones or. Yeah, it's a bit tricky, but luckily the app is brilliant at that. But of course, the problem is you don't really know what your score is until the app scored it. You can't kind of sit there thinking, yeah, I'm happy with that, that's great, because then you'd score it and you think, oh, hey, hang on a minute, I forgot that was knocking off those, oh no. So it's a little bit surprising when you score it and you don't win, when you think you're doing really well or something like that, and then it sort of knocks off 30 points because you've got the wrong wind.
Well, let's do scores for both of them.
Yeah, so come on in. But anyway, a really good game, and it's really quick. I mean, it's saying how long it takes here. There's 20 minutes, and it probably is less than that. I would have thought.
Less than that.
Yeah, so you're kind of like 15 tops, and you're kind of let's play again. Yeah, really neat. It says it's 3 to 6, but it does do 2 very, very easily and very well. Nice game.
Okay. So
scores. I'll do this one then first. So this one I've scored 7. I scored this one 7.
Yeah,
I scored this one 7 because I quite like it. It's just like Dominion but quicker.
I scored Fantasy Realms 6.
Cool. Okay, so that's 13 for Fantasy Realms. Nice little 2-player game, which is not a 2-player game.
Codenames Duet.
Yes.
I scored 6.5. So I prefer.
Yeah, you're slightly better on that one. I'm slightly worse on this one. I scored this one 6, so
that's 12.5.
That's 12.5.
Oh,
this is
13.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12.5, 13.
So the winner is.
The Fantasy Realms is a slightly better fit for us.
Yes.
So there are 2 quick little games that we thought we'd chuck together. I hope you like this video, and it might give you an idea whether you like any of these games. You might already have both of them. You might not like this one. You might not like this one. You might think this one's better than this one.
Stop juggling the games. What are you doing?
So anyway, hopefully this will give you an idea as to whether you like these games or not. I definitely recommend this one, and actually I recommend this one too. They're both good games.
Both, yeah.
Yeah, but this one's slightly better.
It wins. Okay, I'll let it off. It's one.
Let's have a game now. Cool. Thanks very much. See you soon.